I'm State Senator Phil Fortunato, and this is what I think about gun control in Washington State. You know, I'm a very strong supporter on your ability to protect yourself and your family with a firearm. And repeatedly we see the other side of the aisle, typically the Democrats on the other side, constantly trying to tell you that they're not trying to take away your gun rights. You just can't carry a gun here. You can't carry a gun there. You have to do this. You have to do that. You know, you can't buy certain pieces of equipment. You can limit your magazine capacity to put you at a disadvantage with criminals. A criminal certainly isn't going to pay attention to a law that says magazines are limited to 10 rounds. So that puts law-abiding citizens at a disadvantage. And some of these laws require you to unload and lock up your gun, for example. I mean, which is a prudent thing to do if children are present. But if you're a woman that lives at home alone and you want a firearm for protection, why in the world would you unload it and lock it up? You would want to have that gun available for your protection immediately. So in this legislative session, we've had like 13 or 14 more bills to try to infringe on your right to carry a firearm. And, you know, our state constitution is more stringent on that protection of that right to bear arms than the federal constitution. Because our state constitution says your right to bear arms shall not be impaired. Now, it is a right to bear arms. It is your right to possess a firearm. It is not a privilege, which means anything you have to do to be able to exercise that right is an impairment, is an infringement. And so I asked the new Attorney General, I said, is this training requirement in this bill an impairment to purchasing a firearm? And his response was, it's not an impairment, it's a requirement. I go, well, if you need to do something to exercise a right, that certainly is an impairment. And so we are looking at this constant effort to restrict your right to own a firearm, require it to be more and more stringent to do it, and limit your ability to protect yourself. So I'm State Senator Phil Fortunato, and this is what I think about gun control in Washington State.